Hello and welcome to Digital Scrapbooking in Affinity. My name's Angela Toucan and you'll find me over at TheLilypad. It's where I like to hang out and play with the kits created by the designers there. Well, I spotted this one by Rachel Jefferies called Special Interest Number 1 with its cars, its racing images and some cute stamps that look a bit like Lego bricks. I thought of these photos of my kids when they got a Lego racing car each for Christmas, and they had lots of fun building them and then racing them with the pump action on the go, which is quite fun. As usual, I will have full details of all products I use in my description, and I have had a request for a demonstration on how to use PNG format clipping and photo masks. So I'm going to use these ones, which are also by Rachel Jefferies. In my page today, I will be putting bookmark timestamps in the description on this video. So if you want to jump straight to how to use these masks, you can do so. So I've got these photos and I want to put some frames on these ones and have them as small detail photos, and then I'm going to use this as my main photo, and this is the one I'm going to put a photo mask on. So let's start with these and putting some frames on those. I think there's some frames in here. See, these are those stamps that I mentioned that are quite cute. So one frame here, and let's duplicate that before going over there. So here we go. So that's a detail photo of those. Now I'm gonna put the photo frame at a bit of an angle. And I'm going to crop the photo. Let's just hide that one in the way. And I'm going to crop that using the crop tool. I'm just going to bring it in because I've got the photo frame at an angle. It will kind of work well to have the photo not exactly fitting the frame. And I think I'll put behind it some little stack of papers. So these ones perhaps, let's have a look at those. Those are quite tiny. So goes in the corner there. And oops, bring that one in. I think I might pop that one so that it's above the no, doesn't work. So let's just have that one there so they all look a bit deliberate. Let's group those, but let's first give them a drop shadow. Actually, let's just give them all a very basic simple drop shadow for now. I can play with making the shadows more interesting later. So select them all, group, Control G to group. Let's just put that a little bit smaller. Now for this one, and we're gonna crop this one in so that it fits into the frame, I think. Let's give that frame simple drop shadow. And group those together. And let's pop that underneath that one. Let's go back to my main photo, which I'm going to mask. So let's just hide those so they're out of the way and I can focus on this. So if we go back to those masks, and I'm going to pick this one. This set has rectangular and square ones, and this one is sort of a bit more sort of overly. So let's bring that in, and I'm just going to resize it down and pop it over the top now. So I can see exactly where it's going to mask. I'm actually going to reduce the opacity of this mask temporarily. So now I can change the mask around so it gives me what I want, which is the 3 racing cars and the feet, but don't need any of that background stuff. So I think there. Let's put the opacity back up to full. Then right click on the mask in the layers menu and go create clipping mask. Now this will create the clipping mask to what's underneath it. I think Photoshop does it the other way around, but that's how it does this here. And so there we go. I've got my masked photo, which I think I'm going to move over here. And then if I take these and bring them over here, I've got my main arrangement on my page. So let's take this one and give it a bit more of a shadow as a group. And then that's sort of sitting on top of there nicely. I don't need these masks anymore, but I do want to come back here. So I like this this piece of word art which says go. And then there was the sort of racing finish line flags. I thought they would go together quite nice and work quite well with the race photo. And then underneath those, I think I need something else as well. So let's just have a little look at her goals. That's a truck. Let's just pop you in there underneath. It's sort of I'm going to copy that flag and then take the second one and I'm going to flip it horizontally so that it's the other way. Let's get rid of that car. Let's just have the flags. And the go. Right, so let's give them some shadow. And group them together. So here we're building, so let's just find the piece of word that this is build. So I think I'm going to pop that underneath. And then add some of those sort of Lego looking bricks. Let's take all of them and just drop them onto the page. And then sort of pop them around a bit. Put that one underneath the word build to kind of make it stand out. Okay, let's just save that, and that's quite good actually. And let's have a look, see what else we can just accent here, just to kind of build this up. So let's try a little bit of a button, and I'm going to copy the shadow that I put on those flags for that. And what have we got here? Some beads, those are quite fun. Let's pop them sort of in a bit of a scatter over here underneath those flags. I'm going to select everything over here. I'm going to group it. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Bring it here. And then let's add that to that group. And bring that in. There. And have a little look at what we've got in the way of background papers. So Rachel tends to have two different starter papers. Let's just try one of these. I don't think so. I think we'll go for some more plain ones. So she calls them backgrounds, and we've got let's just pick a few and have a look at what they look like. That's the back. What I've accidentally done there is cropped them in, so let's just undo that. And let's just bring the picture up in front instead. So it's quite nice with the yellow, not with the blue. I think I prefer the second of the yellows. So the question is, I do want the colour there. So that's my background chosen. I'm going to adjust some of these shadows in here, particularly this one. Let's just add that there. I want something here, sort of dividing down the back. So let's just have a grab at that plainer one and pop it there. That's quite interesting. Because we've got this blend here with this mask, the edge of this I'm finding it's a bit too straight and flat, so I'm going to bring it in a bit more and go back to those painted masks which I've got enclosed. Right, I think they will. Yeah, right. So let's take that edge and let's hold that there and clip that's below, and then that looks it's different colour outside to break the background up, but it's got the same sort of style with the painty look, so I quite like that. Now in that kit there was a border. Let's have a look, see what it looks like with the border on. Where was it? Sure, I saw one. Okay, must be remembering a different kit, I think. But I can't see one in here. Okay, that's fine. And we've got some various stamps in here, including a fun sort of arrow here. Let's bring that underneath. I'm going to reduce the opacity on that so it's not so dominant, but it's still kind of seen. And then I'm going to add a little bit of journaling to this, but as that's going to include things like names and dates, I will leave that for not being shared online. Thank you very much for watching, and blessings to you all. As usual, if there's anything you want me to demonstrate at any time, please let me know either in the comments here or as a message over at the LilyPad. Bye.